Yo, Lisa! It was nice seeing you again today. 17 years now since the last time we made contact with one another, right? I'm sure seeing me come out of nowhere like that was quite the surprise for you.
Nice seeing you as well, Troy. Now what do you want with me?
Huh?
I'm asking what my ex-husband, the man that said he should be married to a younger woman after all, before stabbing me in the back and running off with my little sister, wants from me. You were following me all afternoon, going on and on about how you had something to ask me about Rebecca, and that's why I'm responding to you now, because I have no other choice. And just a reminder, after you tell me what you wanted to say and ask, I'm going to be deleting your contact info again and don't want to see you anymore.
Oh, that's right. About Rebecca.
I heard that you both broke up with one another 1 year after you left me for her. But that was 16 years ago, so why do you want to ask about her now?
That was just an excuse.
Huh?
I had to say something in order for you to eventually give me your number like that. But even before that, I had to actually find out where you were living now and come out here and hang out around the area waiting to run into you. And I can't believe that even worked out for me to begin with. Sure, you're 17 years older now, and that age is really beginning to show, but you still have that same old face, which made it so easy for me to recognize you.
Do you have nothing better to do right now? Why the hell would you come out around my house waiting for me to come out?
I wanted to show you how happy I'm living right now.
Huh?
Right now, I'm about to start going out with this super young and super hot girl.
Oh, now I'm really not curious.
Just listen for 2 seconds. Her name is Lanny, and she's a college student. She's currently working part-time at a ramen restaurant called Rama close to Hartford Station.
What? Did you say Rama?
It's a pretty famous restaurant in that part of the city, so you have to know it as well, right?
Well, I do know about it. But a girl named Lonnie working at Rama?
Right. Just her name alone is super cute, right?
I also happen to know the owner of Rama, by the way. And that Lonnie you're speaking of is still in high school. So...
What? But I was told by a frequent customer to that place that the owner's daughter is a college student. He said she's available and everything right now, and that I definitely have a chance with her.
And Lonnie happens to be the owner's niece. The owner's daughter left the state last year to go to some college out in Boston. She was also staying at her grandma's house while in high school, so there was no way you were seeing her while she was still around. So that has to be the high schooler you're talking about.
Ah, is that right?
By the way, Lonnie's dad also happens to work at that restaurant.
Wait, really?
And he happens to be younger than you.
What?
If you understand what I'm saying now, then stop thinking such depraved thoughts about a high school student and stop going out to Rama, please.
She has a father who's younger than me?
Thank God I was here to tell you the truth before you went and committed a crime.
Ugh. Yo!
What? What this time? Is there something else you're wanting to bug me about?
Yesterday, I was so shocked over the things you told me that I never had the chance to talk with you about the one thing I needed to say.
Is that so? Well, if you want something from me, hurry up and say it. Right now, I'm in the middle of my very important break from work, trying to relax and not think about things.
Ah, so you really are working now?
Yes, I'm working.
I see. I knew that would be the case.
What the hell is this?
You're gonna be a single old hag forever, right?
What? Wait, what the hell did you just say? You think it's okay to be saying rude things like that at your age? Me being single right now or married right now has nothing at all to do with you, Troy.
That's not totally true, though, because I know that I'm correct when I say that you don't seem to be married at all.
Why would you think that?
Because the guy who saw you the other day said that you're living in a one-bedroom condo right now that's meant for young and single adults to be living in.
And you assume that that's my house?
Well, it has to be, right?
Hey, what the hell is this all about, Troy? All of today and yesterday? You lied to me in order to start a conversation with me. And then you started to brag about how you'd be going out with a high schooler of all people. You told me all you wanted was to brag about how happy your life is right now, yet you're back speaking to me again after all that was said and done yesterday? It's been 17 whole years now since you and I got divorced, so what the hell is your goal now?
Well, after that little embarrassing thing I brought up with you yesterday, I thought I'd stop right then and there and never talk to you again. But this morning I realized something.
What?
Lisa, about you. The fact that you're still single at the moment means that you must still have some feelings for me, right?
Huh? No frickin' way would I ever hold any feelings for a man that backstabbed me like you did for the past 17 years.
Are you sure about that? Then why are you still working like that?
There are tons of women who are married and still work a job.
But you're not married. You're still a single old hag.
Who the hell ever said that?
Which means you still have feelings for me, right?
I do not, all right? Shut the hell up, man.
Hey, want to get remarried to me?
Huh?
You and I, we're really getting up there in age now, right? I'm sure this is all moving along way too fast for someone like you, but I've had to start thinking about what my life will be like once I've retired. And when you think about yourself being a single woman in your 70s, don't you feel hopeless and alone?
How about you stop assuming that I'm single when I never said anything about whether or not I'm married right now?
But you not giving me an answer right now means that you're too embarrassed to tell me the truth, right? In other words, you're still single after the last 17 years.
Jesus frickin' Christ. The only reason I haven't said anything is because talking with you is a pain in the ass.
A pain in the ass?
What the hell is the point of explaining my life to some asshole who cheated on me with my little sister? That's why I haven't told you anything about myself. But I can see now that not telling you anything is far worse for me, as you're just going to assume now the person I am, which is even more annoying. So I'll explain things.
What?
To start, take a look at this picture.
What is this a picture of? Why does she look like you in a gown and cap?
That's a photo of me graduating from university.
Huh? But aren't you and I the same age and everything?
After I divorced you, I went back to university. I thought that it was time for me to study some more and make something out of my life.
But at the age you were at, wasn't that a bit of a pain? Going to university after you had to get a divorce from your husband?
I have the right to do whatever the hell I want after you left me for my sister. After you were gone, I had gone back to university to study. I was finally able to get the kind of job I'd been wanting. And what's even better than that, I was able to meet my current husband there.
Your current husband? But you're single right now.
Next is this picture.
What's this?
Those are wedding bands.
What?
And considering that these bands are much different designs than the ones you got back when we were married, you can tell that I was given mine by someone else, right?
Then you're seriously married right now?
Now you take a look at this picture. That is my current husband playing with our toddler.
What?
I didn't want you seeing what they both look like now, so that's a picture I took of them a few years ago when my daughter was a toddler. But as you can see, I have a husband now that I've been married to, and we had a daughter together. My husband also happens to understand that I enjoy working the kind of job I have right now. And both his mom and dad are very loving people that treat me like I'm a daughter of theirs rather than an object.
So you're really married then?
I really am. And for the longest time now, I've been enjoying life with them.
Then why do you have a condo right now that's meant for a single person? Don't tell me you have issues with your husband now and have been taking another man there to make love to him secretly. If that's really the case, then make me that secret lover of yours instead.
It's undeniable now that you've become this disgusting wreck of an old geezer now. Listen, have you not yet noticed that the condo you speak of was just an Airbnb?
What?
From time to time, I'm having to travel a little ways out of town for work, and there is nobody in the area I can stay with. So I thought instead of getting a hotel, I'd be better off staying at an Airbnb like that one. So after talking with my company, they said I could have a room there instead of in a hotel. That's all.
So you were on a business trip?
Yep, and that right there is what's happened to me these past 17 years. Now that you're aware of everything, you shouldn't need to bother me anymore, right?
No, wait, but...
In conclusion, you have nothing to do with my life now, and I will not include you in it.
What?
Bye-bye.
Yo, Lisa, get out here right now!
Wait, what?
I just need this place while you're here for business, so let me come live in there with you!
Huh?
I don't have anywhere else to live right now, so please let me live in there with you! And as a thank you for doing that, I'll eat you out tonight and every night!
Screw off. I already finished my business trip now and am back home with my husband and kid. Right now there's nobody in that condo.
What did you say? You told me before that you were going to be around for 1 month, right?
No, I didn't. I was only there for the week, and that ended 2 days ago.
Are you kidding me?
By the way, Troy, before you came to the condo today looking for me, you went and made a move on that Rebecca, right?
What?
I was just about to tell her to look out for you, but she told me that you already stopped by. You made the mistake of thinking that she was single when you went in to talk to her. You told her that you'd been kicked out by the woman you'd been living with for 10 years and said you'd get back together with her as long as she took care of you, right? But then you noticed that she had a middle school son with her that she had to walk away with after you approached her, right?
You know all about that, too?
My sister told me she never expected you to come out where I'd be so many years later and said sorry for not saying anything to me sooner about you.
Are you guys actually talking to one another again? The two sisters that ruined my life and left me for dead have...
Hearing you say that about us is not right at all. After having taken you from me 17 years ago and then being thrown out by you a year later, my sister's eyes were open to a lot of things. She actually went out to my parents' house not too long after all that happened between you two and apologized to them. I haven't been around my parents' place for some time now, so I wasn't able to meet with her then when she did that. But she continued to try and get in touch with me, wanting to apologize each and every time for what she'd done. I'm not saying that her and I are 100% okay with one another again, but we're at least to the point now where we can talk with one another again over the phone if we need to.
No freaking way!
And with that, this is really it. Don't you ever bother any of us ever again.
Lisa, about a place for me to live.
Screw you.
Lisa!
Goodbye forever. A few days later, I received a phone call from Troy's older brother. Apparently, his older brother is the one who owns his parents' house now, after they had both passed away years ago. Troy went and sold all of his belongings in order to get the money to afford a plane ticket and go all the way back there to live with his older brother. By the time he had made it home to see his brother and his family, he looked like he had fought a war as he began to tell his brother what all had happened. However, his older brother found the story very creepy and told Troy that he never wanted to let him into their house again. But, being his older brother, he did go and ask a friend of his to help Troy out by giving him a new job. And so, after a night of having to sleep out in the shed, Troy's brother came out and grabbed him by the neck before throwing him into a van that took him away to a new location in a dorm room. Without even knowing what had happened to him, Troy was in a new world, working a job he never even asked to do. Troy was also asked to pay his brother back close to $30,000, as that was the amount he'd paid to help Troy out with his divorce and everything 17 years before, after he had cheated on me. Now Troy's in the process of working a very tough job in order to pay that off, while also being disciplined and straightened out by a bunch of big guys he has to work alongside. As for myself, I'm back at home still with my husband and daughter, enjoying the peace and quiet again after blocking Troy's number and never hearing from him again. I'm still at a loss as to what happened over those couple of days with him, but I was never actually worried about him being able to find my family and I, because we don't even live anywhere close to that city, hence me staying in that Airbnb when I have to go on business trips. And when it comes to the relationship between my sister and I know it's not all that strong yet, but over time I'm sure I'll be able to see her in person again. Just give me a few more years, and by then I might even be willing to consider her a part of my family and let her see my daughter and husband. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Aspen, do you have a second? I have something I really need to talk with you about. Oh, hi, Lily. What are you wanting to talk about at 8 p.m.? Can you let me come stay the night tonight? What? I was kicked out of my boyfriend's house just a second ago. What? Wasn't he the man you were getting ready to marry, though? Yeah, that's the one. You were going on and on about how you'd never let him get away from you, though, because he has all that money. Yet now you've been kicked out of his house? What happened there? To tell you the truth, I got pregnant on accident. You're pregnant? So then what got you kicked out of his place was... That's right. It's not his baby that I'm pregnant with. What the hell do you think you're doing, Lily? I know that in the past you were a bit of a wild card when it came to men, but you're still up to that crap? Hey, come on now. It's too late for us to be talking about all of that. No, it's not, Lily. What you've done is going to affect you for the rest of your life now. All right. Shut up now and let me come over. Having to be pregnant and walking around in the streets at night is tough for me. Well, just get your butt over here. Can I start to tell Mom and Dad about all of this so that we can figure out what we're going to do with you? What? You plan to tell them both about this? Well, of course I do. They both need to know. And we're going to have to hear about who the real father of that child you're carrying is, too. It's all such a pain in the ass, though. You're the one that asked for it all. Well, right now I'm heading over to your place. I should be there soon, so have the door open for me. Jeez, oh Pete's. Just be careful on your way over here. Aspen, you can do this on your way home, but could you buy me some snacks, please? You want me to buy you some snacks? All of the snacks you had in the cupboard here? Well, I went and ate them all already. You went and ate all of that which was in there? Some of the symptoms that I've been getting make me feel really hungry all the time and give me an appetite for sweet and salty things. I get that some women have that when they're pregnant. Last night you were also going through the fridge eating random things in there, right? If you start eating too much, it's not going to be good for your health. Just shut up and bring me more snacks. Not happening. I have heard from a lot of people, including medical professionals, that gaining a lot of weight while pregnant is not a good thing. So could you please think about that a bit more while avoiding all that food? What? You're so stingy. By the way, Lily, how long do you plan on staying at my house? What? I've been asking you over and over again about who the father of that baby is, but you just keep beating around the bush about it and dodging all my questions. Mom and Dad told you already that if you're not going to talk to me about what happened, they want you to get out of my house and go back to their place, right? They told me that they have your old room all cleaned up and ready for you, so you need to go back there before your belly gets too big and it's hard for you to move around. I'm not going back to the countryside. Listen, Lily, this isn't just my house that you're living in right now, but also my husband Roland's house. I already feel bad enough that he has to hear about all the drama you've created in the family now getting pregnant like that. But neither of us want you sitting around in this house when you're the one that caused all of this drama. Then how about you get out of the house? Excuse me? Here's the thing. Actually, the father of this baby inside me will probably be coming around to talk with you about it. There was just a few things that had to be done first, and that's why I never said anything to you about him. Things that had to be done. I'll go into a lot more detail about all of this later with my baby's father. Well, if you're finally going to open up and talk, that's all that really matters. Now, make sure to bring me those snacks home. Not happening. Lily, can we talk for a minute? What is it? I'm at the front of the house right now, but, my key isn't able to turn the lock to open the door. I wonder if the lock is broken or something? Lily, you're inside the house right now, correct? I'm sorry to have to ask you to get up, but could you please come and open the door for me? Nope, I can't open that door. Excuse me? Because we went and had the lock changed for a new one. Which is why your key no longer works on the front door. What are you going on about right now? I'm not going to let you into this house right now. I can't, that's all. Lily, are you upset with me because I said I wouldn't be stopping to get you any snacks on the way home from work? I actually don't really care about that anymore. I went out and got some snacks of my own. Then what the hell is this about? Why are you not coming to let me into my own house? This house is both Roland's and mine, and we have been living here together ever since we got married. And to be frank, there is no reason you should be kicking me out of my own house right now when all you do is lay around. I see. You just think that I'm laying around here. Lily, if you don't stop acting out like that right now, I am actually going to get pissed off, all right? The one that should stop acting like a total idiot is you, actually. Excuse me? Because the one that actually went and changed the lock to this house was Roland himself. Wait, Roland did this? Today, Roland left work earlier than usual after using some of his PTO to be here. He wanted to be back here before you so that he could prepare to have you kicked out of the house for good. I'm being kicked out of my own house then? We made sure to send all your things that were here to your mom and dad's house for you. And the moving services will charge you once they have everything moved into their house, so please make sure to pay them. What the hell are you saying right now? I literally have no clue what this is all about, Lily. You still aren't catching on to what I've been hinting at? You should have been wondering why I've been here laying around your house all this time instead of going back to mom and dad's place. Right? What? Come on already. You're such a dumbass that I can't get anywhere with you anymore. So I'll just go ahead and tell you what's happened. Tell me what's happened. This baby that I've been pregnant with for a bit now's father is your husband, Roland. What? Hold it right there. Why would you say that Roland is the father? Why the hell would he be the father? You're so shocked, aren't you? This is getting so entertaining for me now. Not a single thing about what you're doing and saying is entertaining for me, though. Since I'm sure that you won't trust what I'm saying about your own husband being the father of my baby right now, allow me to send you a picture to prove things first. What is this? This is Roland and I on the couch after he came and brought me a bouquet to celebrate 1 year of being together with one another. 1 year? So what you're saying is that you've been going out with Roland around the same time he and I got married to one another? That's exactly right. So with all of that in mind now, I'm going to be the one giving birth to the person who will take over Roland's company after he retires, so you don't have to bother with him anymore. What? Roland's company? From today onwards, he and I will be treating this house as our earthly paradise, and there is nothing you can do to stop us. Actually, you just being around the house right now is a bother to me. So could you please get lost now? The divorce papers are out in the mailbox for you, so make sure to grab them before you head back to mom and dad's house. So you guys even went ahead and prepared the divorce papers? Of course we did. There's even a letter in here from Roland for me. He wrote about how he wants you to divorce him, right? As for myself, I would like to make Roland my husband before I end up giving birth to our baby. So could you please make sure to take those papers to the courthouse as soon as possible for me? I see. All right then. I'm going to take the papers there and drop them off right now. What? Seriously? In about 30 minutes or so, Roland will be going back to being a single man again. Hooray! This means that Roland can also be fired now as well, right? What? What exactly do you mean by that? How come you said he could be fired now? Goodbye. Aspen? Aspen! Hey, what's going on here? Okay, what is it? Tell me what the hell Roland being fired from his job is all about. How could the CEO be fired from his own company like that? Huh? You thought that Roland was the CEO of the company? Where did you end up hearing about that from? That company is his father's company, right? And there is no way that he could be fired from his own company when he's the one that runs it all as the CEO now. What are you actually going on about right now? Roland's father was only ever a basic office worker. Huh? Ah, so that's why you were saying something about me not having to worry about who would be taking over the company next, right? What? But Roland said that... He said that he's the CEO and was made so after his father stepped down and retired. What? Ah, so he still has the wrong idea then. The wrong idea? I explained things to him so many times, over and over again, yet he still didn't understand a thing. What are you talking about, Aspen? This company that Roland has been working for, right? Well, it just so happens to be the company our cousin Robert owns right now. Wait, Robert? Robert's been running a company of his own for a while now? Hold on, you never heard anything about this from anyone? I never heard anything at all before about that. This is my first time hearing about it. I think he actually started the company around 7 years ago or so. Then why would something like that lead to Roland thinking that he would become the CEO of the company soon? I'm not really sure where the best place to start explaining all of this to you would be. Let's start here. Around half a year before Roland and I got married to one another, his company he'd been working at before ended up having some major layoffs. And after that happened to him, he was having a really difficult time finding himself a new job. And so I went and spoke with Robert about giving him a job in his company. So he was really only able to start working for Robert because of the connections I made for him. Well, since that day he first started to work for Robert, a lot has happened with Roland. He got this idea in his head that Robert would be single for the rest of his life and never have anyone to give his company to after he left. And so Roland thinks that he'll be the next one in line, even though that's far from the truth. Huh? I've really been trying to comprehend whatever Roland has been thinking that's led him to that conclusion. Roland does have a little sister, right, but she's not even working in the same field as him. And since Robert doesn't ever want to get married, Roland thinks that he's never going to have kids, which is true to the best of my knowledge. And that leaves you and I as Robert's only cousins, right? In other words, the only ones who could really be in line next to take over his company would be me. And that crazy man who thinks he's going to be the CEO, even though Robert has never even said anything to him yet about it at all. I'm having a hard time understanding all of this. The reason why Roland has been fired from his last job wasn't even due to the layoffs anyway. He was fired because he couldn't do his job correctly. What? There is no way Robert would ever let Roland, a completely useless man, take over his company after him. What the hell? Well, now that you're aware of all that, and now that I've had to divorce Roland over you and him making a baby together and stealing my house from me, there is no reason for Robert to keep him in his company anymore. It's not like he was a full-time worker for the company anyway. He was only working close to 15 hours a week. So he was part-timing? If he had actually taken his work there seriously, then one day he would have been made into a full-time company employee. No way. I thought that he was a way better option than my ex-boyfriend and would have a lot more money for me. Huh? So that's your reason for going and stealing my husband from me? That's right. Had I known the truth, had I been told the truth about Roland, I would have never even bothered with him. That's it. I just have to go and talk with Robert myself and convince him to hire Roland back into his company. Like you, I am also Robert's cousin, and that means that he would be happy to listen to all the things I have to say about why I took Roland from you and everything, right? Wait, you really think that's going to happen? Why do you say that? Do you want to know why Robert is most likely never going to be with anyone ever again? 10 years ago, when he was just getting ready to marry his fiancée, he found out that she'd been cheating on him with his friend, who went and stabbed him in the back and took her. Having to listen to someone like you now, who's doing something very similar to what his friend did, I don't think you're going to be able to get a word off in front of him before he tells you to screw off, right? No way. Well, now that I'm divorced from Roland, I have nothing to do with you both anymore. I'm cutting ties to you now as well, so you both actually screw off now and go figure all your troubles out yourself, please. Oh, wait a second. There's one last thing. That house you're living in, I just finished having the lease on it canceled. What? But isn't this the place under Roland's name? At the very beginning it was. But after he was fired from his job and no longer making the money to be able to afford rent, I stepped in and paid it for him, while also putting my name down on the place as the sole tenant. And ever since then, I've been the only one paying the rent for it. Seems that even Roland himself forgot such an important thing happened, huh? What the actual hell is going on here? Now, I happen to still have a job to get to. I'm going to turn off my phone now. Wait a second, Aspen! Early this morning, I went to the courthouse and handed the marriage papers. But I don't need a lousy husband like Roland anymore. I'll give him back to you now, so you do something about all of this. Aspen, please! While I was ignoring all of my sister's cries for help, a lot of things happened between her and Roland. First, Roland and Lily tried to stay inside the house I ended the lease on, and would squat there for about 2 or so weeks before the owner of the property came and kicked them out. Of course, things weren't that easy for the owner, though. And so he had to call the police out to help him remove the two because neither one of them would leave the bathroom they locked themselves inside of. But after a few conversations with a kind officer about how them not getting out that day would only make matters worse, they opened the door, gathered everything, and left. Then Roland made the choice to have them both move all the way back to his folks' place, where they'd be staying for the time being. Lily really wanted to get a divorce from him so badly, but neither Roland or his parents would allow such a thing to happen. This led to Lily trying to contact me over and over again, asking for me to come and save her, but this time I'd had enough and ended up blocking her number. Not only was she locked in by the fact that she was still carrying his baby inside her, but she was now stuck inside his parents' house with no way out. The only issue with Lily, though, was that she could not do chores to save her life. The day after Lily had finally given birth to the baby, her mother-in-law took it from her and then started to talk with me again about how much she hated Lily and wanted her gone. But of course, I don't care about Lily, but what I would be taking was both Lily's and Roland's money in a divorce. As of right now, neither one of them ever has time to be around their baby, as they both have to work from sunrise to sunset every day, making the money they need to pay off the settlements, as well as try to move out of Roland's parents' house. I'm sure that's a very tough life for the both of them, but all they have to do is work their hardest for the time being. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.